The BMW X4 is all new for 2019, and if you're looking to purchase the X4, or you want to see how it stacks up against competition, or if you're just curious about what's changed, this is the video to watch. Expert's Buyer's Guide is coming up right now. You might be saying, wait a minute, the new X4 looks very similar to the outgoing car. Well, not quite, because BMW has stretched the X4 2.1 inches more wheelbase, 3 inches more overall length. It's now wider by 1.4 inches, but that sleek roofline is now lower by 0.1 of an inch, and also that means more room on the inside. BMW says that the X4 competes against cars like the Porsche Macan and the Mercedes GLC Coupe. Yes, and I think that's true, although the pricing varies. The GLC starts a little bit less than the X4, while the Macan actually can be optioned way beyond what an X4 is, especially in the turbo version of the Macan. But I also think the X4 competes against cars like the Alfa Romeo Stelvio and the Jaguar F-Pace, because those are also, yes, more traditional crossovers, but they also have sleek designs and they're high-performance luxury machines. So there's actually quite a bit of competition in this space, but the X lineup of cars for BMW is a very popular lineup, especially the new X2, the X4, and the X6 Sport Activity Coupes, as they call them. Progress is the name of the game under the hood. There are only two engine options available for the new X4, and they're the 2-liter straight 4 and the 3-liter straight 6 turbo engines. And those of you who know BMW engines know that the 4-cylinder B46 codename has been available in other BMW cars already, but it's also under the hood of the X4, and the rating is 248 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque. The engine is mated to an 8-speed automatic, and of course X-Drive is the only option. It's all-wheel drive. But I think the one you really want is this one. The straight 6 turbo engine with a rating of 355 horsepower, same as the outgoing engine, but a lot more torque, 365 pound-feet of torque that comes in at about 1500 RPM, also made it to an 8-speed automatic transmission, and also only available with X-Drive all-wheel drive. The cockpit of the new X4 is typical BMW, and I think that's a really good thing, because they pride themselves on driving dynamics and how you feel behind the steering wheel. Plenty of adjustment for me. I'm about 6'2", telescoping steering wheel, up and down adjustment, bolstering adjustment on the seat. I can get really comfortable behind the wheel. And BMW is doing something else with the new X4. They're rolling in more standard equipment across their model lineups. That includes standard navigation, standard Apple CarPlay, and more safety features, including driver assistance technologies, that more of them are now becoming standard for the starting price. Why would you buy an X4? Well, it's all about performance, style, and luxury, but it's not about rear legroom or headroom. My legroom is very limited. I'm sitting behind myself and my head is touching the ceiling. This is with the sunroof. They stretched the legroom in the back here by 0.7 inches, so there is a little bit more space back here. Headroom is still at a premium, but it's all about style, not really backseat utility. Your kids, though, would find themselves very comfortable back here. BMW managed to get a little bit more cargo capacity out of the new X4. You're getting about 1 more cubic foot of cargo volume. That means you can carry an additional basketball maybe. Behind the rear seats, it's about 35.5 cubic feet of space, and when you fold them down, get about 55.5. My favorite utility feature is actually the 40-20-40 folding rear seat. You can actually just fold the middle section, put your skis in there, and go to the mountains. I would love to do a full review of the X4 for you, but driving impressions are embargoed until July 1st. What I can say is BMW did their magic with this engine and the entire engine lineup. In fact, it's quicker and also more fuel efficient. BMW says 0 to 60 in the M40i is now at 4.6 seconds, so 0.1 seconds quicker, but fuel economy has improved dramatically according to the EPA. This car is rated at 20 in the city, 27 mpg on the highway, and 23 combined, which is actually 2 mpg improvement over the outgoing car. So you're getting more torque, faster acceleration, and better fuel economy, so you can have your cake and eat it too. What are the reasons to purchase an X4? Well, BMW says it's a more emotional design, right? You don't want to seem too boring by driving an X3 or an X5. X4 has a stylish roofline, but the roofline is now changed, and I think the biggest difference style-wise comes in the back with those nice LED tail lamps that wrap around. Let's talk about price for a second, because the new X4 starts at $50,450. That's actually a considerable jump if you're also considering to purchase an X3, which starts at about $8,000 less for an all-wheel drive model. But if you're looking for maximum performance, you got to go for this M40i xDrive, which starts at $60,450, $10,000 more than the starting price of the X4. But then, if you want to load it all up with optional wheels and tires, these are 20s, but 21s are also available. And I think you got to go for a 21 if you're looking for style. A fully loaded one can cost at over $70,000. I interrupt this expert buyer's guide for a quick the good, the bad, and the weird segment. The good, I really love BMW's 360-degree surround camera where you can change your angles and perspective. The bad, I don't think they did enough on the design to differentiate the new X4 from the older one, especially in the front. It looks very similar. And the weird is that they actually decreased the rear headroom. You would think they would increase it just a little bit to make it a little bit more comfortable, but they said, nah, style is where it's at. We're gonna slope the roof. I could sit here and play with this 360-degree camera system all day. It's really cool. There's like a backup mode which uses only the backup camera. It's really realistic picture. Although we have a black car here, the camera system is actually showing a silver car. I actually wish we had a silver car. Here's another weird thing. If you want wireless charging or Wi-Fi, it costs extra, 400 bucks. Why couldn't that be a standard? Everybody loves Wi-Fi connectivity or wireless charging. Also, BMW provides this safety kit, which is basically a reflective jacket. That's kind of strange, but it's very German at the same time. As always, you can accessorize your X4 with M performance parts and graphics. I think this one looks really cool. By the way, here in South Carolina is the biggest BMW manufacturing facility in the world. They're producing the X3, the X4, the X5, and soon the X7 SUV right here in South Carolina. What do you think this car has more of? M badges or X badges? I just walked around the car and I counted 7 X badges. There's 4 in the doors and 2 more inside of the door sills, of course on the back as well. But there are 13 M badges on this M40i. They're all over the place, including the wheels and the calipers and inside. The latest version of the iDrive system actually has more natural voice recognition, which actually works for me. Take me to the BMW Performance Center.
BMW Performance Center, rear, say yes, or select another entry from the list.
Yes.
BMW Performance Center, rear was selected.
Start guidance.
Would you like to override the current trip with the new destination?
Yes.
guidance has been started.
Wow, it actually understood me. Nice. Here's how I would configure my X4. I would get the M40i X-Drive, of course. I want the additional performance. For maximum style, I would put on a 21-inch rim, and I would get it in white. And I would also add all of the M performance goodies to it. The M Sport appearance package, the M Sport differential, which is a limited slip that can transfer torque side to side when needed. And of course, the dynamic handling package, which also limits lean in corners. And that would be a one sweet ride. Of course, it would be a little bit over $70,000 as well. Go back to tflcar.com for more news, views, and real-world reviews, and of course, many more expert buyer's guides.